What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another Scale News update for your Monday. Ton of new stuff this week, keeping the momentum for 2018 going. Let's jump into all of the things that we found. King of the Hammers is coming soon. Now, that's mainly a full-size off-road world thing, but a lot of our rigs are inspired by a lot of things that we see at King of the Hammers. Every year, I look forward to either possibly getting to go or watching the live feeds. The big race happens on Friday, but there's a lot of other races that happen in the days before, as well as qualifying and some events that happen at night that aren't directly associated with the actual racing part. But either way, an absolute blast to watch that and follow the racers. Also, Axial will be at King of the Hammers again this year. They've got the test track so you can try some of the Axial vehicles. They have rock racing every night, and Ultra is putting on an Axial sponsored 5K this year at King of the Hammers. Should be a pretty awesome time. Next is something that was actually discussed last week that I forgot to talk about on the show, and that's Traxxas has two new releases that they're talking about. One being a 1/7 scale Baja truck of some sort, and the other one being an eRevo 2.0. 2.0 doesn't really interest me as much as a 1/7 scale Baja truck. Not 100% sure what it's going to look like yet, if it's going to be buggy-ish or full fendered trophy truck like the low C16 scale Super Ray. I'm not really sure what Traxxas is going with this odd scale annotation of 1/7. The scale meaning in RC is super convoluted anyway. You know, it's usually some sort of classification of electronics more so than a classification of the actual scale of a truck. Rarely does the actual scale ever actually apply to what things measure out to be. But either way, who knows what Traxxas got up their sleeve on this one. We'll see when it comes. It is supposed to be a solid axle rear independent front from what I hear, but I think that we're definitely going to see some details on this upcoming week. So as soon as we see those details, I'm sure that we'll get to discussing them. Speaking of the Traxxas, there was two other things that popped up this week. One was Proline actually showed the new Traxxas Jeep JK body that they've got. Pretty good looking body overall. Another Jeep body, but the proportions look good. If you're a Jeep fan, again, it's for you. If you're not, it's not for you. The other thing that came up for the Traxxas this week was SSD's Portal Delete Kit. I get why Traxxas would maybe want to do a portal delete because they could possibly lower the cost of the truck. However, I don't know why you would want to spend the extra money on the TRX4 with the portals, but then take them off. I don't understand the idea of that product in this form all that much, but it's out there. So if you want to remove the portals from your truck, you're going to have that option soon. Now, RC4WD Drive had yet another new tease this week, and that is of what almost certainly looks like a Toyota 4Runner. We don't know if it's a hard body or a Lexan body or ready to run or what, but something new is coming, and they've got kind of a camouflage style, manufacturer camouflage looking rig. We'll see what they've got coming. Could be cool for all of you Toyota fans. Something else that RC4WD Drive released that was kind of cool was miniature bottle jacks. We've seen like the miniature jack stands that they have and the miniature floor jacks, but this is an actual miniature bottle jack. Kind of cool. A new sneak peek from Vanquish was the new Axial Yeti front bulkhead. A few little video clips got released this weekend. That will be an aluminum front bulkhead for your Yeti. Help you stiffen up that, help you keep gears alive. Watch for the information and more detail on that coming soon. Now, a company I rarely talk about in general is Associated. Associated this week released two new cars. One is the Trophy Rat. Now, if you've ever seen the full-size Trophy Rat, it is an incredible build, very unique, super cool, solid axle rear, independent front, little car that was just an awesome build. Tube chassis throughout, big motor, super fun to watch the videos that got produced of it and follow along with the build when it was first going on. Now, however, Associated came in and they built a body that doesn't look terrible. It looks a little cartoony. It's okay. But they put it on a short course chassis, independent all the way around. Clearly, they're just going after a basher type market because they took what could have been a really cool idea for a truck and just put it on a existing chassis that's not exciting. I would have loved to see somebody do the Trophy Rat properly because that's an awesome truck. And there have been some really cool scale models of them built. I know that there was some posted from the Scale Builders Guild. I'll try and find a picture of that and credit the builder. I know there's been one or more of those done extremely well. I just wish that if Associated was going to try and do it, they would have done a better job. But I get that they're just trying to put a cheap body onto an existing truck and sell some. Then Associated also put a different body on basically that same platform and called it the DB10 Reflex. Again, the body's not terrible, and that body looks probably more appropriate on that platform than the Trophy Rat does. But if that's something you're into, links below for both of those products. Something that actually I don't think was new this week, but actually finally started making its rounds around the internet was this little knockoff axial honcho from Remo Hobbies. And Remo, I think they basically just try and make knockoffs of a ton of Traxxas trucks. This one looks just like the old honcho. You know, they basically just tried to do it as close as they could. It's all the old style axles and stuff, so it's not even like they knocked off the new style. But it does have a chassis mounted servo and panhard, but we'll see what it looks like. I might try and get a hold of one, or I might just forget about it. And while not scale related, but for my videos, I use the DJI Mavic, and I absolutely love that quad from DJI. DJI this week came out with the new Mavic Air, which is like half the size, but has the 3-axis gimbal with 4K shooting and a remote to it, where the Spark was small but didn't fold, didn't come with a remote. You had to buy that extra. However, the only thing that's stopping me from wanting to pick up that new DJI as well is that the remote works off of a Wi-Fi only rather than the radio or Wi-Fi that my radio can work off of. Kind of a bummer there. I think maybe they're just trying to hold out a little bit to try and keep the Mavic Pro be kind of that top of the line. Other than that, a really cool little unit. I'm still tempted to take a look at that thing because while my Mavic does pack up super nice and compact, that new Mavic Air so much more compact, and then little things that they've done like making the gimbal sticks detachable so that when you're carrying your radio, it's even more compact and less susceptible to any damage with those gimbals. And thanks for watching, guys. I hope you all have an excellent week. Watch the Honcho budget build on Wednesdays and keep an eye out for any other new video releases coming along this week. Like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see you on the next one.